up there. We've got to kind of develop our own identity further and become known. Again, we're talking about connecting up groups that don't know about each other, but very few people probably still know who we are, although we're getting a lot more exposure in the media. Get more men to share stories in respect to their wellness and well-being and business, and connect them up. Again, there's a lot of people who are quite happy to share, but I don't know where to go with that. Really keen to develop a skills bank for men to share their tools, skills and knowledge with the community, and I suppose that's where we've had some association or beginning to do a little bit of kind of thinking with Men's Shed. What we're really keen to do, there's an organisation in Australia called the Big Mob, where basically they just get like 100 people turn up and do a community project in a day and go away. So unlike volunteering sometimes where you've got to commit to a whole week or a month or every session, you just get everyone together, get everyone with the skills to do whatever it is, do it, and that's it. Because what we're finding, especially with the younger people these days, is that they don't want to commit to that long. They're quite happy sometimes to get involved, but it's like, I'll do it when I've got the time and I'll do it now, not that I want to commit every week. But we've also got some really great men out there with some really great skills to share. And again, really trying to promote more of a positive image of men in our community. And we've seen some of that over the last couple of seminars really, where the press on men is still quite negative. I mean, not that long ago we were talking at the first session around the guys who weren't allowed to sit next to unaccompanied children on the plane. And then last week or 2 weeks ago there was a story about the guy who couldn't take pictures of his daughter at a netball game. So we want to kind of, again, really keep those images of men being positive in the community, not just all the negative ones, and actually about the skills that we've got to offer to go in and do something. Like any project, we've got to be sustainable. At the moment, HisBiz pretty much is me, and supports from a number of organisations, but in the long term, that's not sustainable for what we want to do. So the more we can kind of create, the more people get involved. And we actually just want to keep talking, sharing information. And part of this is about having fun, and that's why we launched the website with a comedian and a band. It's kind of like, it's okay to have fun around these kind of topics. It doesn't all need to be gloom and doom, and actually people who take part in things that are fun more than they take part in stuff that isn't. If you enjoy it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. So it's not rocket science. How to get involved, and again a little screenshot from the website again. We talk about donations, but that's around kind of goods, services, resources, skills and time, the other kind of stuff. We're always after cash, so I won't say no if anyone wants to give me a check. But also about contributing to the website, sharing your story, being prepared to kind of put it out there, being prepared to talk to others. If you've got good links or information, sharing those things, and being involved. We hold a lot of events similar to this, and the apathy of men at the moment is quite staggering. People just don't turn up and do stuff. So we've got to kind of find a way to get men engaged a little bit more. And I think some of it as well, and especially within a health sector, is that a lot of the services are now delivered in ways that men don't engage with. So we've got to kind of re-educate some of that health promotion to be a little bit more kind of man-friendly, not so much the macho kind of man stuff like the current car ads about being in man-troll. I mean, that's just rubbish. Yeah, but ways in which guys will take part in stuff. Because there's a lot of disengagement. We talk about guys not going to doctors and stuff like that, and that's because they don't feel comfortable at times going there, or you turn up and the only doctors are women, and women doctors are great, but sometimes a guy wants to talk to a guy. So how we do that, and there's some good ideas coming out from overseas around like running health clinics at rugby matches. So you go to the rugby and there's male health nurses, and you can do some kind of weight management programs or diabetes control, but taking that service out to where men are in settings that they like, so stuff like men's sheds and things like that. So yeah, really reframing where those services are delivered, and not saying that some men don't go to those things. So it's kind of not a gender kind of battle. It's actually saying, well, for some of us it doesn't work. That's who I am. That's where I can be found. And I'm sure we'll have a few more conversations at the end around what else we can do. And I suppose it's good tonight just to acknowledge, even though we've dragged them along, that there are a couple of younger people here as well. And I think when we look at that kind of hui, really want to try and get young people involved in that and their ideas around how services work for them. We've got a very specific market for this. I mean, the target market for HisBiz is kind of middle class businessmen, because they are a gap in the market, but there are a lot of young entrepreneurs coming through as well within the business world who are chasing the dollar and maybe not always considering their own wellness in that process as well. So I think there's some opportunities to engage with younger business people as well, and young entrepreneurs now start at kind of 13, 14, 15 at school through some of the projects that they do about business. So yeah, a real opportunity to kind of work with a broader range of people who don't normally fall into the kind of health spectrum. So that's all I've got to say. I've got bits and pieces at the front, but I've probably given out all the stuff already.